Hello and welcome to the Philippines. I recently took about a week, rented a motorbike in Tagbilaran City, and spent the time going around Bohol Island. And this is Anda. I had heard of Anda, that there were some nice beaches here. Some people call it the Little Boracay. I had not heard of it before. Here it shows where it is over on the right-hand side, the red marker there on Bohol Island. We stayed in Anda about 2 days, and there are a number of cave pools nearby. We went out to see one. There's several resorts along the coast there, and I'll show you some of those in upcoming videos. Give you a real brief look at a couple of them here today. That one in the background, it's a bit of a castle. I think they've only got about 6 rooms or so, and a restaurant and bar. But huge, very fine white sand beach, about 3 kilometers long, I believe. And we were told that there's more sand beaches as you go to the right there. And we went during low tide. We walked around for a couple of hours. We found a couple other beaches as well, shorter beaches. The cost to stay here, you can get anything from a multi-bunk dormitory type place, very, very cheap, and I'll show you some of those in an upcoming video, as well as the higher end rooms. There are no Radissons, no Sheratons out here yet. Anda has a population of about 17,000 people, so it's a relatively small area. I was surprised how many little tricycles here, and you'll notice the different style of tricycle here. It's almost like a miniature jeepney, except it's 3-wheeled, although I think it's 4 wheels. I think that rear motorbike tire actually drives it, but they got the bigger side wheels on it as well. And then they have the seats on the side like a jeepney, instead of like many of the other tricycles that I've seen. They have a couple of pharmacies there, including a Generica, and one thing that I was looking for they did not have. I had done something I've never done before. I left my glasses at home, and I was wearing my contacts, and thought I had a fair amount of contact lens solution, but I was starting to get low, so I was having to use my contacts every day. Which was fine, but the problem once you get out of the bigger cities is that the pharmacies don't carry contact lens solutions and a number of other things that you might want. So be sure to bring those with you if you're going to be traveling outside of the larger cities. And I believe a lot of these tricycles actually brought people in from outside of the main part of town. To do their shopping, and then load that stuff up, load that rice, whatever it is, load it up and take it back out to their country homes. There are a number of dive shops along here, and then for several kilometers down the coast too. I've seen signs for dive resorts. Not sure about the details of where they dive, what they dive for, but that type of thing is available. Got a big water company here in town. I saw a few tourists from different countries, many from Europe here. I was surprised I didn't see more. I think many of them may have been out on trips seeing places. There is a small public market in town. Got a section, the wet market, the fish and meats, and then they've got a section with the vegetables also, just a little bit to the left here. And talked to some of the fishermen that were getting ready to go out, and they go out very, very, very early in the morning. One nice thing, they had these fans running. They should use those in a lot more markets that I've been in to keep the flies away. And here's a little bit of the vegetable market. A little bit of everything. You can get pretty much everything that you might need. Most of this stuff is not grown locally, so it comes in by truck from various parts of the island or other islands as well. My friend told me that the price of sweet corn was much less here than what it is in Cebu City area, for instance. I didn't do a price check on the rest of the stuff. There were several places with motorbikes for rent, and I was quoted 500 pesos per day, but I think you should be able to get it for 400 or maybe even 300 if you negotiate a little bit. If you come up by bus from Tagbilaran City, it'll probably cost you 130, 150, 160, something like that for the bus ride up. This view was taken from a resort just outside of the main town a little ways as we went out to see one of those cave pools. And I'll do a separate video about that later. They do a pretty good job of putting signs up on the main road telling you which roads, which resorts are down the various roads. Helps considerably. Back down by the beach, I visited a number of resorts, including Little Miami Resort. And just give you a quick little glimpse here. They've got some rooms in the back. I'll do a separate video about that as I did videos of several different types of rooms there. And also met the owner. The Onda de Boracay Resort is another one I'll do a more lengthy resort on later. They had the music cranked up pretty loud, so if you want quiet. And then the Hangover Resto Bar, we ate there a couple times. There are a number of choices to eat in town. Many of the resorts have restaurants. We ate this place twice, and it was quite good. I had pasta, and I had a pretty good burger there. I think a German guy owns the place. They've got a couple of parrots in there, and the service was good as well. There are 3 or more cave pools near the town of Anda, and this was one we went out to. We had a little bit of difficulty finding it as it wasn't marked on the road, and people gave us different conflicting information. We went down a couple pretty rough roads and had to turn around and go back, and we finally found it anyway. People down there swimming. I think that's probably pretty chilly in there. One thing to keep in mind as this place becomes more and more popular over the years is that in the coming year, you're going to see a lot of changes here and a lot of upgrades. They've got a lot of commitment in the city. I've looked at some of their website information to keep it clean and to put in the infrastructure into place, the roads, the access to different places. So you're going to see a lot of that change and improve. These cottages and booths that they have here, they're for rent for anywhere from $350 to $400 for a day. And Filipinos in particular like to rent those out. That's pesos, 350 pesos, 400 pesos. Set up their little karaoke machine sometimes, so you get free entertainment, whether you want it or not. But they bring all their food in and make a day of it. There's a little volleyball or badminton court there. Several more resorts around here down this way, and there again, they vary greatly in price and amenities. They have a tourist information center and a police station right on the beach. They also have a government office for Anda. 2 of the policemen I found who were patrolling the beach. They also had 2 ATM machines at the government center right here, right on the beach, right next to the beach. And very important, they accept the foreign debit cards to take cash out. And I was finding that I was spending more cash than I had planned originally. So it can be difficult on many islands finding ATM machines that take international cards, number one. Number 2, that are working. So keep that in mind as you travel, because you'll find a lot of places, it's a cash society. They don't want to take your credit cards. I think that most of the resorts will take credit cards, but I did find that a few of the hotels in the smaller towns would only take cash, so that's why I was spending more cash than I thought I was going to. Anda is an interesting place and has a lot to offer depending upon what you're interested in, of course. The water was quite warm, bath water warm, I would almost say. So if you want to swim or snorkel, they do have a number of dive shops. There again, I don't know the details there. Lots of different types of resorts in town. And not only in town, but up and down that coast. You just have to go search them out sometimes because they aren't. You can't see them from the highway, and they may or may not have a sign out. So you kind of have to do your research if you're hunting for. In fact, down the road a bit, I saw one on a map, and I never did see a sign. The Hidden Beach Resort. A couple days later, we ended up over on the west side of Bohol, and I saw a sign for Island Treasure Resort. I thought maybe a couple kilometers down the road, and I think about 10, 15 kilometers later, we found this place. But was interesting. Turned out that section of Bohol has been out of water for about the last month, and they had a big barrel of salt water in the bathroom for you to use to flush the toilet, but they would not come down on their rate. And being that they didn't have water, I didn't think that was a very good deal, so we went on further down the road. Water was not a problem here in Onda the couple days that we were there. Apparently they've got the wells and the situation figured out. We also took a couple of hours, as somebody told us there were more white beaches down around the point down here. So we took a couple hours and went hiking at low tide, and it was an interesting walk along these, I don't know if you call them cliffs or whatever, but occasionally there would be a ladder and or a concrete steps down into the water, and I don't know if they went up into a resort or private property. It was an interesting walk. It was a relatively easy walk, and we had the advantage of having those cliffs give us shade most of the way. And as we finally went around a couple of bends, we were about ready to go out into the sunshine, and we come upon a beach where there were quite a few boats, and that's where I caught that little banca boat, and we asked him how much it would cost to take us back to the main beach, and I did a video about that. And for 200 pesos, about $4, we got back to the main beach. We didn't have to walk up, try to find the main road, and take a tricycle back into town. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe. Safe travels to you all wherever you're at, and we'll see you next time.